This YCN segment is brought to you by La Valley Building Supply and Middleton Building Supply.
YCN Game of the Week is brought to you by Lowen Windows of Vermont and New Hampshire, providing solution-oriented, extraordinary service before, during, and after the sale. MJ Harrington and Company, jewelers and designers since 1948. HR Clough and Kearsarge Heating, your local energy specialist. La Valley Building Supply, home improvement and construction from concept to completion. Mascoma Savings Bank, with no shareholders to please, they are committed to remaining independent and to reinvesting profits in our community. Bubba's Bar and Grill, offering fresh salads, hearty sandwiches, brick oven pizza, entrees, and award-winning seafood chowder. Echo Communications, a digitally integrated commercial printer and mailer located in New London, New Hampshire. Ramontos in Claremont, always fresh, always delicious. And by Top Stitch Embroidery, the best for your team and so much more.
Welcome back, YCN Game of the Week. Start of the second quarter here in White River Junction, Vermont. Jeremy Stout, Andrew Zerhide, Hartford Hurricanes face a 4th and 5. Hamilton rolling to his right, looking to get to the sticks, and he has the corner and more. First down, Hurricanes.
Nice run by Hamilton, really made it look easy. That's a good call by Trombley. It's a nice, easy run to the right side. Hamilton has the speed and athleticism to make that play. Nice job by the Hurricanes, and that has to be a luxury, having a quarterback who can do a little bit of everything.
Yes, he can. We've seen him throw a couple of nice throws this game, and obviously we've seen him multiple times. One of the better quarterbacks that we've seen throwing the ball, but also, like you mentioned, he can keep the ball and run with it. A little bit of trickery. And goes in motion, the handoff to Rhodes up the middle, and he's met immediately by a trio of Cougar defenders. So that'll bring up second down and maybe 10. Got back to the line of scrimmage.
Good job by the Cougars defense there, and there were a couple of fake handoffs, but they read it all the way. They always have to be ready for that. They have to be ready for the quick handoff, but also the fakes. So both are going to be used a ton.
So second and 10 here in the second quarter, no score. Hamilton keeps it himself, runs out to the left side, cuts back up the middle, and he beats everyone to the end zone. Touchdown, Hurricanes.
Well, Tyler Hamilton running the ball once again, finding the holes. Nice job by his lineman, creating that space for him. He's so athletic, has the speed, and just a great leader of this team. Putting Hurricanes on the board first here in the second quarter.
So Hamilton puts the Hurricanes on the board with the 15-yard touchdown run. They'll look to get the extra point or 2-point conversion here to add on to that. Looks like Hamilton will be lining up in the shotgun, and he keeps it himself, goes up the middle, hit a couple times. He's able to spin free, but not able to get anything. He is stopped before the conversion try. So the Hurricanes can't get the 2-point conversion, but they get the touchdown. They're on the board first with a 15-yard touchdown run. The quarterback, Tyler Hamilton, 6-0 our score. You're watching the YCN Game of the Week.
This YCN segment is brought to you by Lake Sunapee Visiting Nurse Association and Hospice.
Welcome back. Second quarter action here where the Hurricanes lead the Cougars 6-0, 11:06 to play in this second quarter. Senior quarterback Tyler Hamilton putting the Hurricanes on top, 6-0 with a 15-yard touchdown run. Conversion was no good. Hurricanes kicking off. It'll be fielded by the Cougars. A little bit of hesitation there, and then he breaks free. That's number 80, all the way down the field. He might be able to outrun everyone, and he is going to be tripped up just inside the 10-yard line. That was number 80, Mason Combs, all the way down inside the 10-yard line, and it looked like once he picked it up, almost went with a fake hand. They did go with a fake handoff, and then there was a hesitation, and then he just took off, and the Hurricanes really didn't set their special teams coverage unit.
Yeah, and the fake handoff, I think, was what really did the Hurricanes in there, and Combs when he made the fake handoff, he kind of stopped for a second, looked back at the guy, and I think that fake really created some space for him. Nice job him selling that fake. If the Hurricanes can stop them here, force a turnover on downs, it'll give them back the momentum.
First down and goal. Shotgun for Carlson. Man goes in motion. The pitch to Hackney, and he's wrapped up in the backfield. One man had him in the backfield. He might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, but it looks like he lost a couple of yards. So good defensive penetration for the Hurricanes there. Hackney not able to get anything on that one. Bring up second down and goal.
Nice job by Hartford, and that's exactly what you have to do. And when they see Cougars running back Hackney get the ball, they have to immediately meet him, because when he makes that move, that's when he gets going. Nice job by them there.
So Carlson in the shotgun again, Hackney behind him. 4 wide receivers. Carlson will drop back this time. He's going to run it himself. And he gains a few yards, still short of the end zone, but a nice read there by Carlson. Getting it to maybe the 2-yard line, 3rd and goal.
Stay tuned at the end of our telecast for the H.R. Clough Kearsarge Heating Turning Up the Heat Player of the Game. We'll choose the team member that had the greatest impact.
So 3rd and goal now from the 2-yard line for the Cougars, trying to tie this one up here. Down 6-0. Carlson in the shotgun again. He's got his 4 wide receivers and Hackney in the backfield. 1 receiver in motion, but for the play, we'll have our first penalty, and it looks like that's a delay of game on the Cougars. So our first penalty, it took us a while, inside 10 minutes of the second quarter, so a very well played game, as you mentioned, Andrew.
Yeah, that flag really hurts the Cougars. It's going to be tough to score this touchdown here with 2 plays. They are pretty close to get about 6 yards or so. Hartford's defense is very strong. They're going to fight and not let this touchdown up.
We've got 1 wide receiver wide left. Man goes in motion. Carlson keeps it, and he ducks out of 1 tackle. He breaks free out of another one, but I think the 3rd guy got him by the leg and had him for the loss of yardage.
I think that was number 44, Kyle Hamilton. Nice job by him. And Cougars quarterback Carlson almost broke free, but it did get wrapped up. Looks like they're going to kick the field goal.
4th and goal, field goal try coming up. Carlson, the quarterback, is the holder. The kick is up, and it is no good. The kicker, number 80, Mason Combs, was the one who returned that kickoff all the way inside the 5-yard line, but a couple of nice defensive stops, a penalty that hurt the Cougars, and then the missed field goal. A great kickoff, and they have nothing to show for it. We'll take a break. We'll come back. Hurricanes will take over, leading 6-0 on the YCN Game of the Week.
This YCN segment is brought to you by MJ Harrington and Company, jewelers and designers since 1948.
Welcome back. YCN Game of the Week. Jeremy Stout, Andrew Zerhide. 8:15 to play here in the second quarter. Hurricanes leading 6-0. Missed field goal there for the Cougars after the nice kickoff return. And the handoff, this one goes to Porter. He cuts it to the outside, breaks free of a 1 tackle, has 1 man to beat, and he is tackled by that 1 defender along the sidelines, but not before he breaks free for a huge gain over the 50-yard line to about the 49.
Nice run by Porter there. You have to wrap him up to bring him down. He's going to continue to chug forward, and broke a couple of tackles there, picked up a huge gain. Nice run by Porter. Another one of these quick backs who's just so good at running the ball. This Hartford offense is really just a nightmare to defend.
Jaden Elsinger, the tackler for the Cougars, and the handoff goes up the middle. I believe that's Rhodes cutting back from the right side, back up the middle, and he's very shifty. keeps his body low to the ground, and Rhodes gains 6 yards. That'll bring up 2nd and 4.
Today's game is being brought to you in part by Ramontos in Claremont. Always fresh, always delicious. In addition to airing on our 3 TV stations, all YCN games are now posted at ycnnow.com.
So 2nd down and about 3 yards. Need to get to the 39-yard line, currently at the 42 of the Cougars. Hamilton under center, dropping back. Has a man open, and it falls right into the hands of the receiver, and that's Gaudette. The big 42-yard touchdown pass to Gaudette, and it looked like there was a defender right in the vicinity.
Yeah, it did. It looked like that ball was really in the air for so long, and not sure what happened with the Cougars defender there, but Gaudette, the ball just fell right into his hands. Made it look easy, both Hamilton and Gaudette. We talked about it earlier, that combination, quarterback to receiver, it's a big one, both seniors. What a big play there. Really a quick touchdown. Let's see if they can go for 2.
Well, they will line up. Hamilton under center, 3 running backs behind him. He gets his pick of who to choose, and he chooses Rhodes, and Rhodes scampers in, falls forward for the 2-point conversion to put the Hurricanes back, keep them on top, 14-0. So the 2-point conversion is good after the 42-yard touchdown pass from Hamilton to Gaudette. Hurricanes lead 14-0 in the 2nd quarter. You're watching the YCN Game of the Week.
This YCN segment is brought to you by Mount Sunapee Resort. Fun for all seasons.
Welcome back. YCN Game of the Week. Jeremy Stout, Andrew Zerhide. Hurricanes lead the Cougars from Mount Mansfield 14-0, and after a scoreless first quarter by both teams, the Hurricanes have now put 2 touchdowns in the end zone in the last 4 minutes and 4 seconds. So we're finally seeing a little bit more of this Hurricane offense that we were accustomed to. Kick dies at the 20-yard line, and it's picked up by number 22, Silas Diamond. He doesn't get very far, tackled at the 22-yard line, and that's where the Cougars will take over.
Nice job by number 15, Riley Kehoe there, creating the first contact on the Cougars' return man. Nice job on special teams. The Cougars now on about, looks like the 21-yard line or so. Going to have a long ways to go to score a touchdown here.
So the Cougars hoping to have a little more success than their last drive, where they started inside the 5, were backed up, and then ended up missing the field goal. Carlson in the shotgun. Pass out to number 22, that's Diamond, and he's able to get that one, and he has plenty of room in front of him, enough for the first down, a good 14-yard pickup.
Today's game is being brought to you in part by Echo Communications. Call them for all of your printing needs. And Lowen Windows of Vermont and New Hampshire, providing solution-oriented, extraordinary service before, during, and after the sale.
1st and 10 here. Carlson in the shotgun. And this one goes to Hackney. He's met at the line of scrimmage. Gain of maybe half a yard. They'll spot it at the 37-yard line. That'll bring up 2nd down and 9.
2nd and 10.
I believe that was number 53, Reese Thompson, there on that tackle. Nice job by him, wrapping the ball carrier up.
Diamond goes in motion. They hand it off to Diamond. He's able to break over the line of scrimmage. It looked like he was going to continue on the sweep outside, but he took a hard right up the middle, and he's short of the first down, but a good gain there, and that'll bring up 3rd down and 4. And so far for this Cougar offense, they haven't been as explosive with that those plays to Hackney. He's been, in those first couple drives, he was really getting some positive yardage, but now he's kind of been quiet. Pass here out wide. That's number 11, Harrison Leon Bruno Nicholson, junior. First down.
Well, on the play before that one, Tyler Hamilton made the tackle and forced that third down. Tyler Hamilton, really, we talked about all the ways he's so good on offense, but also defense.
Carlson with the handoff to Hackney. He's over the line of scrimmage for a 2-yard gain. Not a ton of yardage, but positive yardage nonetheless. Clock moving inside 5.5 minutes to play before the half. Hurricanes leading 14-0, 2 scores in this second quarter.
If you miss any of our local programs on our 3 YCN network stations, you can always watch our local shows and games anytime on our website at ycnnow.com.
Carlson looking over to the bench to get the play. He's alone in the backfield. Drops back and had it right into Hackney's chest. Hackney looked to run upfield a little too quickly and dropped it. So incomplete. Forward pass, so it'll be incomplete, not a fumble. Hackney thought maybe for a minute there it was a fumble. Wisely jumped on it.
Yeah, and if the Cougars can execute plays like that, we've seen on this drive at least Carlson been able to connect with a few receivers and short gains who have been able to run forward with the ball. But they have to make the play, they have to execute.
Handoff to Hackney. 2 defenders there, a third one comes in and they knock him back a couple of yards, almost back to the original line of scrimmage. It'll be 4th and 9.
Nice job by Hartford's defense and Colton Shell and Reese Thompson. I think Justin Bettis, a lot of guys were in on that play. Wrapping up Hackney in the backfield like that, that cannot be easy to do, but they've been very successful at it here so far tonight.
So 4th and 9, punt formation. Asa Carlson, the quarterback, also the punter, and he gets his second punt away. Hurricanes will let it go. Takes a nice Hurricane bounce back towards the middle of the field. And it will be down by Diamond at the 25-yard line. That's where the Hurricanes will take over, leading this one 14-0. 4:01 to play in the second quarter. You're watching the YCN Game of the Week.
This YCN segment is brought to you by New London Hospital, an affiliate of Dartmouth Hitchcock.
Welcome back, YCN Game of the Week. Jeremy Stout, Andrew Zerhide. Hurricanes leading Cougars 14-0. Hurricane football, and first handoff of the drive goes to Nick Porter. He's able to pick up a healthy 4 yards, bring up 2nd down and 6. And Andrew, if you're the Hurricanes, just taking your time here inside 4 minutes, you'll get the ball at the beginning of the second half, so you could get the old 2-for-1 here and try and score late in the half.
Yeah, that would be a big blow if you could go up 21-0 and then immediately 28-0. If they could do it, it would really put the Cougars in a huge hole. Let's see if the Hurricanes can move down the field here with 3 minutes left.
Hamilton in the shotgun. He takes it and then hands it off to Rhodes. Scampering forward up the middle. Falls forward at the first down mark. I'm not sure if he's going to get it. The referees do say he did. One ref is saying first down. No, he's third down. He had his arm outstretched in a first down motion. I thought it was a signal for the first down, but yeah, third and very short. Looks like he just has to get to the 35-yard line, and the ball is just short of the 35. Third down. Hamilton will keep it himself, and he easily gets the first down and much more on the keeper.
Next week's YCN Game of the Week will feature a New Hampshire high school football semifinal game. Check local listings for team and replay time.
First and 10, man in motion, and the pitch goes to that man in motion, and that is Porter along the left side. Had a couple blockers there, and then he was able to muscle for a few extra yards after contact. That's been the one thing this Hartford team has done tonight. They get the yards after contact, keeping it on the ground, and a nice gain there of about 8 yards, bring up second down and 2. But a timeout on the field, 1:55 to play in the second quarter. Hurricanes leading 14-0 on the YCN Game of the Week.
This YCN segment is brought to you by Bubba's Bar and Grill on Lake Sunapee in Newberry Harbor.
Welcome back, YCN Game of the Week. Jeremy Stout, Andrew Zerhide. Hartford Hurricanes leading 14-0, face a second down and 4. Handoff to Rhodes, and a flag on the play. So out of the timeout, they had the first down. We'll see what the flag is. I'm guessing it's going to be a hold. It's in that vicinity. Block in the back. So that'll be a 10-yard loss. Be a spot foul, though, so that'll only bring him back. Make it about a second down and 12, maybe. They need to get to the 46-yard line. Second and 12. Clock moving. Now we're approaching 1:30 to play. Hurricanes might want to be a little quicker on the play calling. Hand off to Porter, and he's wrapped up in the backfield, but he breaks free. He was never whistled down. His forward momentum was never whistled to a stop. So he breaks free, but looked like he dove forward to the 45-yard line. They're going to say he's at the 43, so only gained about a yard on all that effort.
Yeah, and a Cougar defender had his arm that entire little scrum there. He broke free, and I thought he picked up 2 yards, but I guess not.
Porter in motion, some movement up front, no flag. Hamilton's going to break free. The flag comes in late. Hamilton had the first down, but I think that's coming back. The side judge is going to call holding. And it did look from up here, our vantage point, that the defensive end of the Cougars was offside. But the refs did not see it that way. They saw the holding penalty on the Hurricanes, and that will knock them back another 10 yards, all the way back to the 36-yard line. So 20 yards to go for the first, or 18 yards to go, excuse me. 18 yards to go for the first down. 3rd and 18, and clock winding here. Timeout taken. I believe this one's going to be for Mount Mansfield. They want to take a timeout and try and stop this play and get the ball back on the punt, possibly. So with 31 seconds to go before halftime, Cougars take a timeout. You're watching the YCN Game of the Week.
This YCN segment is brought to you by Echo Communications, a digitally integrated commercial printer.
Welcome back, YCN Game of the Week. Jeremy Stout, Andrew Zerhide here in White River Junction, Vermont, where the Hurricanes of Hartford High School lead the Cougars of Mount Mansfield Union 14-0. 36 seconds to go before the half. 3rd and 18 for the Hurricanes. Hamilton in the shotgun. Man to his right, and a flag before the play. False start there. And the Cougars will gladly take that penalty as it backs the Hurricanes up 5 more yards. And if the Cougars didn't have a timeout, you'd say, okay, Hurricanes can just kneel on this one and let the clock run out. But they do have one play. or one timeout, so they're going to have to run a play. Ball start, so no time was supposed to run off the clock, but 0.8 seconds did, so they'll reset that. 36 seconds to play. Hamilton back in the shotgun. Porter goes in motion. Fakes the handoff. Hamilton's got some room. Throws it deep, and it's incomplete over the head of the receiver.
Pass was intended for or incomplete.
YCN is now affiliated with the Heroes and Icons Network, drawing from timeless classics as well as more contemporary TV. All eyes are on H&I.
So 4th down and very long. Hurricanes will most likely be punting this one away. A little confusion here. I'm not sure if it's the clock is still off. They started the clock a little early. So they'll put a few seconds back on. So the Hurricanes here with 28 seconds to go will be punting it, and number 43 is back there to punt, Hunter Perkins. And back to return, number 22, Silas Diamond. He'll stay away from that one. A short kick, but takes a Hurricane bounce. And it will be touchdown at the 39-yard line, and that's where the Cougars will take over. All right, Andrew, so this change of possession obviously would be huge for the Cougars to score here, but maybe a long shot. If you go into this locker room, you got to be happy if you're the Hurricanes, but you could have played better.
Yeah, that last drive really seemed like they were going to move. They were moving the ball down the field pretty well, but was it 3 or 4 straight flags? Pulled them back, and they were going for the 1-2 punch with the score right before half. It looks like they're not going to get it. If I'm the Cougars, I'm probably just going to kneel this ball and take no chances.
The quarterback Carlson rolling out to his right. He doesn't have a lot of room. He's tripped up, and a hit at the sidelines, and Perkins with the 15-yard personal foul. Can't do that.
No.
That was clear. He was already out of bounds. Ref was blowing his whistle. I know the momentum's going, and I understand that, but that's one of those plays where you got to pull up, you got to move. And the fans not happy with that call, as that gives them an extra 15 yards, so that'll be big play.
Yeah.
The original play only gained 3 or 4 yards.
Right, yeah, and Perkins, I mean, clearly Cougars' ball carrier was out of bounds, and Perkins, he stood there but lowered his shoulder, did nothing to get out of the way, definitely initiated the contact. Didn't have to do it. That's really an easy flag, especially here in high school football.
So 7 seconds to go. Carlson in the shotgun. Hackney in the backfield with him. Quick out and completed, but it was out of bounds. So number 22, Silas Diamond, catches it, but he can't get his feet down. And that'll almost do it. 2.2 seconds to go, so one final play. They were trying to go for the quick strike, get out of bounds, and have one more play within reasonable distance, but not able to get it there. So for the Hurricanes here, just put everyone back. Don't let anything get behind you. And you'll be going into the locker room with a 14-0 lead. Carlson in the shotgun. He's going to take off. Looked like he was over the line of scrimmage, but no call. And it falls incomplete harmlessly at the 15-yard line. So at the half, the Hurricanes lead the Cougars 14-0 in the Division I Vermont High School semifinal match here in White River Junction, Vermont. We'll take a break, come back with second half action after this on the YCN Game of the Week.